Okay guys, welcome to another They Did What video. As you can tell from the title, we're looking at software company The Edge. Now I'm not sure if it's the guy out of U2 that actually owns this software house. You never know. What can I say about The Edge? Apart from he wears a beanie. Oh no, sorry, wrong Edge. Yeah, The Edge software house. I couldn't find any software on 16-bit. It seems that they were only around for the 8-bit market. Spectrum, Commodore 64 and Amstrad. There was no any real big games that I could find, but I have tried to sort of feature as many games as I possibly could. Because I think sometimes the smaller kind of outfits are just as interesting as the bigger, more sort of popular ones. Looking at Google, I couldn't find any real history about them, other than I think they started sort of mid-80s. It appears that in about 1990 they were actually bought over by another company and they renamed themselves Edge Software, and they went on to sort of make games for mobile phones and what have you, which is obviously somewhat later than 1990, since there was no mobile phones until about 1997. Anyway, I will shut up and you can just enjoy the last few adverts. Right, kicking things off, we have a unknown game called Almaz, released in 1985. Apparently it's thanks to Beth and Jesse that we can get to enjoy this wonderful game. This was released on the Commodore 64. Now I've got to say I've never heard of the game. It's only when I was going through my list of Edge games that I found this one, so let's see what all the fuss is about. Right, it appears you're controlling some sort of little character. Now I notice there's a bit of sort of, no corruption, there's a bit of kind of sprite flashing, graphic flashing going on, and it also seems to be very slow, which is a bit odd. I've got no idea what the sort of the object of this game is. It looks like somebody's trying to throw a spear or something at me. Yeah, details in any of the sort of Edge games, other than Fairlight, which we will come to later on, they're very thin on the ground now. Is that a lion, I think it is? Or is it a pantomime horse? We shall never know. Almaz still eludes you. Well, I wish I'd known that before I started it. Anyway, yeah, that is Almaz, and that is on the C64. Right, moving on, where this is Bobby Bearing. Now, this is on the Spectrum. Now, I do remember my pal playing this. I was quite jealous of him having this game because I always thought it looked really nice. I mean, one thing that's quite impressive about this game, apart from sort of graphics which are obviously ripping off Night Lore and every other sort of pseudo 3D, is the speed of the game. I mean, I suppose there's not, to be honest, once the level has drawn itself, I guess there's not a lot of sort of movement going on, but yeah, the ball seems to kind of nip along at a fair rate of knots. Got absolutely no idea what the purpose or sort of the object behind the game is. certainly sort of Marble Madness, I believe Night Lore had a lot to be responsible for. I mean, after sort of, especially Night Lore came out, there was just a multitude of these games, but I think this was definitely one of the better ones. I do remember this game getting quite sort of favourably reviewed in, I think it was Crash magazine. But I was always insanely jealous of my mate, because having a C64, my computer could simply not handle that, although I dare say there might be some C64 guys will be arguing that, because apparently there is some 3D game, I can't remember what it's called, there is some 3D game that came out quite late on in the C64's life, which is apparently very impressive. I mean, there was a game called Chimera, which was released by Firebird Software, and it was kind of sort of 3D, but it was very blocky looking. I mean, the Spectrum here is kind of high resolution, but the C64 one was quite blocky, and it was more like a sort of pale imitation of, you know, the stuff that the Spectrum could do. But hey ho, the Spectrum couldn't do Uridium, so you know, it was all swings and roundabouts. I'm not quite sure what the object of this game is. Barnaby, don't know what that means. So it's kind of like Marble Madness meets Spin Dizzy meets Night Lore. So anyway, that's Bobby Bearing. Right, this next one you may well be familiar with the little theme tune. It's Monty Python and the Flying Circus. Or is it Monty Python's A Flying Circus? Now this game, this was actually one of the worst rated games ever, Brian Bloodaxe. I think it got absolutely abysmal reviews throughout. Now I acquired this, I think I bought it, and you know what, I actually quite enjoyed playing it. I mean, in this shop I'm having just now, I'm not doing too well, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I liked the whole sort of wackiness of the game. It was actually quite playable. It's a thoroughly bizarre game. Avoid the large kitchen knife. I mean, graphics, it looks like a Spectrum game, you know, the graphics are shockeroony, but it was all in the playability. But it was a budget game. But it's one of these games, you know, you'll probably find if you looked at sort of like a top 10 worst C64 games, you'd probably find that this game will feature in it quite a lot, but it's actually not a bad game. If you actually get used to it and play it, it's actually quite enjoyable in a very, very kind of bizarre way. It looks like you're playing the part of a sort of Viking, obviously. Brian Bloodaxe by Trevor Innes. Now, I'm guessing he was probably a Monty Python fan. Just obviously with the music and the sort of bizarre kind of graphics and that kind of stuff. Don't know what the object is. I mean, you can pick up things. I seem to have picked up a key. Jumping, you press up to jump, which is slightly kind of difficult to get a hold of, but once you can get used to it, it's not too bad. Avoid the large kitchen knife. Now I want to avoid the shark, obviously. Now, can I fall down there? Nope, I can't. Now it might have been easier if it actually made jump the fire button, but no. Oh. Can I land on top of that? Well, it looks like I can bounce on top of water. I've no idea if this is playing properly or not, but I mean, I'm making this under an emulator, but yeah, you can see it's all very wacky with lots of flickering graphics even, but it's actually quite good fun. Like I said, in a very bizarre sort of way, it's quite entertaining. So that is Brian Bloodaxe, and that version was on the C64. Right, this is probably the game that the game that The Edge, he with goatee beard and plays the guitar, knew too. Okay, I think I've panned that joke to bits. Yeah, the Fairlight, this is probably the game that most people think about when you think of The Edge. It was very, very impressive. Again, it was a sheer kind of, I wouldn't say it's ripped off Night Lore, because I think it got very, very good reviews because the graphics are super detailed and it all kind of moves along at a fair kind of rate of licks. Now this did come out in the C64, and if I remember rightly it wasn't the greatest, it was just a bit too slow. Now I couldn't get the joystick to work. The reason it's flicking back and forth is because I'm sort of jumping in and out of a door. So I'm actually playing with the keys, which I just struggle big time. You can see there when there's no other kind of moving graphics on the screen, it kind of speeds up really quick. Now I'm not quite sure what that thing is. Is that some little guard with armour on, possibly? Get out the road, move! You can see my life draining down. Get off! Now because I was using the keys, I wasn't physically able to actually figure out how to use the sword. I'm sure my mate used to play this using a joystick. I'm sure there's some way of doing it, but not having the instructions to hand make it slightly more difficult. I mean, graphics in this game are just fantastic. It's really, I mean, the graphics are really small, detailed, and it really feels like you're taking part in some epic adventure. Now this is this is the 48K version I'm looking at. There was a 128 version which apparently had some slightly better graphics, and I think it had some more rooms. So yeah, you can see here, I mean, really nice graphics. Now I think, yeah, you can move tables and that kind of stuff. Obviously the thing slows up quite a bit when there's a lot of stuff on the screen, but it's really nice graphics, really detailed looking. Now this was released on Spectrum, Amstrad and Commodore 64. Graphics in the C64 looked really nice, but it's just a bit too slow, unfortunately. And I am dead, so that is Fairlight. That's a Spectrum one. Right, this is Fairlight the Prelude. This is Fairlight 2 actually. This was the sequel. Now again, I could not get the joystick working, so I'm having to use keys here, so just excuse the really pants gameplay. Again, super detailed graphics. Obviously this one is outside, there's like trees and that kind of stuff. Really nice graphics. Very green. Black and green. Ah, appear to be inside now. That looks more like the original. Once again, I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing here. That looks like some kind of elf thing with little sticky up ears. If you can hear slurping in the background, just I'm enjoying a nice cup of tea. I've had a particularly shit day at work, so I need a little cup of tea just to revive me. Get off! What you really need to figure out is how to use your sword. I could probably stab that little horrible thing in the face and get rid of it. Now, who do we... You see, I wasn't sure whether that block is actually up high or whether it's actually down low. Right, okay, if you know what I mean. I thought it might have been down low in the very far wall, but you can see that going by the perspective, it looks like that block that's moving is actually the same height as the other thing. I'm not too sure how you get up there. I mean, I see a few people sometimes commenting about, you know, you need to read instructions, you need to make more of an effort, learn how to play the game, but that's not going to happen, because when you're making these kind of videos, you're playing maybe 10, 20 games, and I just simply don't have the time. I mean, I've not been putting out quite as many videos recently as I would like to, and it's just because I've not got the time. Oops, is that a cliff? It looks like I've just fallen off a cliff. Yeah, I just load the game up and just play it straight off. If I can't play it, then, you know, if you want to watch a gameplay of Fairlight 2, go and do a wee search on YouTube, you'll probably find something. Bloody hell, is that an Alsatian? It certainly looks like it, that, or a wolf. Really nice graphics. Kind of sounds pretty non-existent, apart from little bleeps and beeps every now and again. So again, I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but anyway, that gives you a rough overview. That is Fairlight 2, the Prelude. Right, this is Garfield Winter's Tale on the Amstrad. Now, some of you may have never heard of Garfield. Now, it was an American comic strip that became particularly sort of popular, I would say late 80s, well obviously mid 80s because this came out. It was popular in the 80s, and yeah, it was popular in the 80s, maybe possibly the very, very early 90s, but I think it used to be, it was in a newspaper and it became really popular. And of course, when these things happen, you get computer games and plushies and what have you. Now, Garfield is the cat that appears to be skiing, and the thing that's beside him, which is actually a dog, he's called Odie. He's the sort of like nemesis of Garfield. So yeah, it appear to be doing some sort of skiing. If you press the fire button like so, you can actually jump. You've got tiny little miniature trees. Now, that, is it Jonathan? I think Jonathan, he is like the owner, he owns Odie and Garfield. Now, I was guessing here that you've got to try and take a bite out of the pizza like so, but I'm obviously not getting close enough. So I really wasn't too sure what I was trying to do here. Yeah, it's certainly a no Horace goes skiing. So that is Winter's Tale, Garfield Winter's Tale, and that was an Amstrad. Right, this was another game featuring the hairy cat, Garfield Big Fat Hairy Deal it's called. This is on the C64. Completely different type of game. This is sort of a sideways scrolling platform type thing. And that is Odie, that's the dog that I was talking about earlier on. Nermal, what was Nermal? The cat? Nermal? I can't remember what Nermal was again. And that there was Jonathan, he's the owner. And the whole prefix of Garfield is apparently a very lazy cat. He likes to sleep and eat lasagna, I think. Now, I had absolutely no idea what the hell that is. Is that a mouse at the bottom? It's just moving too quick. Really nice graphics. Never played this game. I can't see. It's not the kind of game I'd actually want to play, but it's actually nice graphics. Really quite detailed. There's some nice shading going on and a sort of generic Sid tune. I'm not going to say it's particularly good, but it's a Sid tune nevertheless. It looks like I'm in the complete pitch dark, so you can't actually see me. Again, I've got no idea what I'm actually doing here. Oh, well, it looks like I've worn myself out. So yeah, that is Garfield Big Fat Hairy Deal. Right, this bad boy, this is called Inside Outing. This is on the Amstrad. It was also released on the Spectrum and the Commodore 64, but I thought I would take a look at the Amstrad one. I've got to say, the graphics in this particular version are just fantastic. Super detailed. I mean, it just goes to show the Amstrad was one of these, it's probably more than any other computer, it seemed to have, games seemed to go to extremes. It was either fantastic or fantastically bad. You never seemed to get anything in the middle. A lot of the games in Amstrad were sort of ports from the Spectrum, but this particular game, it's really nice kind of colours, super detailed. I mean, look at the sort of detail and all the wee bits of cheese and wee glass of wine on top of the shelf there. This is really nice. And Amstrad, I think it had the same Z80 processor, so it was able to kind of play these games pretty well. I mean, that's really nice. Again, I've got absolutely no idea what I'm actually trying to do here. A rather large, oversized bottle of champagne, I'm guessing. I'm assuming you've got to try and, oh look, it appears that that door is completely blocked up. Avoid the bird or the duck, whatever it is. It looks like my energy's going down a wee bit. So the idea is obviously to avoid flying things. And presumably these little mice as well. Right, let's take a wee look downstairs, see what we can find. Yeah, I mean, graphics are excellent, really are, really nice. Oh, there's some. There was something moving behind that bookshelf. Oops, looks like I'm going to die. I have indeed. So anyway, yeah, that is Inside Outing, and that was on Amstrad. Rather nice, that one. Right, this is called Chris, released by Chris West in 1987. David Whittaker done the music. Oh, he did the sound effects actually. It was a chap called Haggard done the music apparently. Now, again, never heard of this game. Right, okay. It's got some rather bizarre inertia and gravity going on, so you've got to kind of keep pressing the joystick up to not crash. It's quite awkward actually. Now it kind of looks a wee bit like Sanction, which was released by Thalamus Software. It kind of reminds me of that, although I'd say it's probably not as good. Now wait a wee minute, I've just clocked something. You appear to have a little scanner at the top, and there also appears to be wee guys running about on the bottom. So I wonder if it's kinda like a sort of enhanced defender. I'm not quite sure, that might explain why you can't really land. Yeah, it's all a bit clunky. If it moved kind of faster and smoother. I mean, it's smooth enough, it's just a wee bit. Graphics look a bit too big as well. Everything feels that bit kind of claustrophobic. I'm not sure really what these things are at the bottom to try and destroy them. I don't know. I've got a score there right enough. You can see their ammo at the bottom. Your ammo is limited. I wonder if I can pick up the wee guys. Ah, right, okay, so you can, so it's kinda chopliftery meets defender. I've got two wee guys. I've got absolutely no idea what to do with them or where to take them to. Because in defender that would be the end of the level, but I can't see any other baddies anywhere. No, I don't know. I can't see where I'm meant to go now to land in that thing. Yeah, anyway, that is Chris, or K-R-I-S as it's called. Right, this one, again, C64 Power Track. I don't know when this one came out. It's got generic SID tune. Right, I think I'm controlling that thing, whatever it is, rotating disc thing. Now I've just noticed that I'm following the sort of track thing. So what you can really do is move up, down, left and right. Yeah, it's kind of on rails. I'm just noticing my score's going up, so I'm getting score for doing something right. What that is, I have absolutely no idea. Pressing fire appears to do nothing. Is it some sort of maze? Are you trying to escape? We shall never know. Well, I certainly won't know because I'm never going to play this game again. I would say about the only redeeming feature of this game is the sound, possibly. The Sid tune. Oh, I dare say if you actually knew what you're supposed to be doing. Ah, right, okay, there's an arrow. Alright, the edge. Yeah, okay, that is Power Track. Right, this one, Sidetracks. This is on the Spectrum, in case you haven't noticed. Right, I've really no idea what I'm kind of doing. It's a bit like kind of Starquake, oblique attic attack type thing, where you basically run about flicking screens, I said, picking up things which then open doors. Right, it looks like my energy is going down when I touched. I'm guessing you need to have some kind of passcode or something, possibly. Sidetracks, 1984. Now that looks like a kind of, is that a connector strip? Now capacitors at the top there. So it looks like you're on some kind of motherboard, possibly. Ah, right, okay, now you're talking. You can actually shoot. Can you shoot up or down? No, it only appears that you can shoot left and right. Right, shooting that doesn't seem to do anything. It's all very generic, wasn't it? I mean, these kind of games were just... the Spectrum was absolutely swamped stupid with these kind of games. And, you know, some of them were alright and some of them like this were a bit naff, but you know what, I shouldn't criticise a game and I've only played it for about 45 seconds. I don't even know what you're supposed to be playing. Are you playing like, you look like some small robot with a lampshade for a hat. Right, okay, I've absolutely no idea what I'm trying to do here. Don't know. Anyway, listen, that is Sidetracks, and that is on the Spectrum. Right, The Edge presents Quo Vadis. Now, I remember my mate Don bought this, and he came down to my house. Oops, and he swapped the joystick. I can now use it. There we go. Yeah, my mate Don bought this because I think on the box it said something like 2,000 screens. You're like, bloody hell, 2,000 screens. It's only when you actually started playing it you realise that it's just more of the same. It's the same backgrounds over and over and over again, and you've got these really annoying bats, dragonflies, whatever the hell they are, constantly following you. And I mean, you can, whatever direction you walk, you shoot, but if you hold down the fire button, it kind of makes you stand still, and you can kind of use you can use the joystick to control where you're firing. But the only problem is you're not actually moving, and these baddies just seem to keep on coming. So it's all pretty monotonous stuff, actually. Now, interestingly, I'm sure there was a prize for this game. First person to first person to complete it, something like £50,000. Oh man, right, you'll notice there I've just moved to the right off the rope, and it's not a bug, it's the most annoying thing about this game. When you start falling, there is nothing you can do. You just keep falling and falling and falling, and it's game over. Yeah, it's not the most enjoyable game in the world. That's Quo Vadis, and that's on C64. Right, on Amstrad, Shadow Skimmer. released in 1987. Now, this was released on the C64 and also the Spectrum. I decided to go for the Amstrad one because I wanted to try and, you know, keep the Amstrad Mr. Novabug and what have you happy. You know, so I'm looking at different versions of the games, but I've got to say I wasn't very impressed with this one. It's all very clunky and kind of slow, and I don't know, I just didn't really have any idea of what I was actually trying to do here. I appear to be controlling this sort of, it looks like a kind of, I don't know, skull and crossbones with a sort of black face type thing. I don't know, that sort of black and white thing. I mean, graphics are quite nice, but I've got no idea what I'm actually trying to do. It's just all very sluggish. Probably in retrospect, or hindsight I should say, I should have probably picked the C64, because that's, the C64 was where it excelled, you know, arcade kind of games like this. I think I found in this particular version as well, like maybe the other versions might be exactly the same, it just felt very claustrophobic. The screen isn't particularly big, but I really don't know what I'm actually doing here. So yeah, that would probably lend itself to me actually looking at the bloody instructions to see what I'm going to do, but as I said before guys, that's not going to happen because I don't have the time. If I started looking at instructions for games, then something like this, They Did What would have maybe 3 games, because it's all about time, you know. As anyone that makes YouTube videos will know, it does take up a lot of time. So hopefully you can see past my rather exceptional game playing skills. Yeah, it looks like I can't seem to get past any more screens. It looks like I'm in some sort of loop. I don't know what that little yellow ball and red ball are, I don't know what, you can't seem to pick them up. But the graphics are all very kind of jerky, it's just not very smooth at all, so it makes a game like this quite, not particularly enjoyable to play, I've got to say. Okay. Anyway, I think that's enough of that. I can't even remember what that one was called. Doesn't matter. Shadow Rimmer or something like that. It's not one to really you'd want to play. Right. Okay. This next one. This is probably probably the second most famous game by the Edge. This is Shailen's Road. Now I always remember this was always kind of touted as the sequel to Year Kung Fu, which was one of my favouriteest arcade games of all time. I loved Year Kung Fu, and when I heard there was a sequel coming out, I was very, very excited about it. And then I heard that the Edge was going to be porting it, and they weren't really, as far as I was concerned, they didn't really have the credentials to port arcade games. Got to say, their version of this isn't half bad. The problem is the arcade version of this is pretty shit. You play the part of a Shailen monk, I would imagine, the little guy at the bottom with the blue trousers on, and you can move left to right, but the idea is you've got to try and sort of defeat everybody, and then you move on to another level which is exactly the same, maybe slightly different backgrounds. And I'm not quite sure what the blocky cheese has got to do with this game. And you'll probably see here, or I certainly couldn't get it to work, the only move that you appear to be able to do is kick. I couldn't sort of punch or anything. You can jump up and down from level to level, and you can kick, and that was about it. And the sprite detection wasn't the greatest. You can probably tell I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, this is a C64 one. Graphically, oh, it looks like I've only got 1 foot there. Graphically, this is actually quite good. It does look like the arcade, but I think this is a definite example of a crap port, sorry, a good port of a rather crap game. Yeah, that probably sums up this game for me. But it was released in the Spectrum and also the Amstrad. Whether they're any better than this one, I have no idea, but like I says, the arcade game itself is pretty pants, so I wouldn't hold out much hope. So yep, that is Shailen's Road, and that was a C64 one. Right, Snoopy and Peanuts. Look at the lovely colour. because that's the only colour you're going to get. This is on the Spectrum. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with the graphics and the animation in this. I mean, it does look very, very much like the cartoon Peanuts. Again, Snoopy's not really as popular. Well, saying that, there was a Snoopy film that came out last year, I think it was, and there's also a computer game I think came out under Steam, Snoopy. But Snoopy was massive in the sort of 70s. I can remember everybody was into Snoopy. You know, you got books, cartoons and that, but he kind of died a death for a long time. He was all very much American. Graphics in this are excellent, but it could have used a wee bit colour, but I'm guessing because it's on the Spectrum they probably decided to go for the sort of monochrome to kind of keep the speed up. It kind of plays a bit like Everyone's a Wally. You pick up something and then you take it somewhere else. Right, why am I... Is that a cliff edge? Possibly. It looks like when I jump over that thing, whatever it is. Is that a kite in the tree? It looks like it. Yeah, it's very American-y. You know, the whole Peanuts cartoon is obviously based in America. But, you know, graphics and animation in this are really nice. Ah, now he is Linus. He's Charlie Brown's, one of Charlie Brown's friends. Oh, there's some kind of apple or something in the tree, not too sure. It appears to be raining, and you've got a frog jumping about over a brick. I'm really not too sure what I'm doing here. Is that a catapult at the bottom? Not too sure. Anyway, that is Snoopy and Peanut. Right, this next one, Starbike. This is on the Spectrum, released in 1984. Now, I took a few attempts to actually get this working. Now, as much as it looks really nice, it looks kind of like Jetpack meets Defender. If I was to compare, you know what, actually I've just realised something looking at this. I'll wait for it to start. The actual ship looks like the head of Jar Jar Binks. Stay with me, that looks a bit like Jar Jar Binks' head. Yeah, the best way to describe this game is Flappy Bird. You've got to tap the fire button to keep up. So, yep, Flappy Bird was not an original game. The guy obviously ripped off Starbike. Yeah, whatever. There may be more to it, but I can't be arsed to find out. So anyway, that is Starbike, and that is on the Spectrum. Right, this one, That's a Spirit. Again, on the Spectrum, this one. There appears to be a little... okay, I'm getting it, a little ghost waving, obviously a spirit. Right, now, it looks like you're playing the part of some British factory worker back when there was actually an industry in the UK. You can see the smoke billowing out of the factory in the background. Is that Big Ben in the background? No, possibly not. I'm guessing it's Sheffield or Leeds, someplace like that. Fatigue, sanity, take, examine. No, was it NYU is top? Tiffin. Okay, so that's the snack bar, obviously. Oh, Tiffany's, even. So I'm guessing that's a pub. Now there's a key. You got to pick up the key. Right, don't know. Up there's, that'll be the spirit, obviously, that was referred to in the title sequence. Subway, yep. So it appears to be some sort of I can't remember. There used to be was that not graphical adventure? There used to be a name for this kind of game in the sort of 8-bit. Well, the dog's telling me that I can't go past. what was it called? It wasn't a was it a graphical adventure? It may well have been, I can't remember, but these things were, there was tons of them. Some were really good, stuff like Everyone's a Wally, Pyjamarama, they were excellent. Fatigue, right, why is my energy going right to zero? I don't know what was happening there. Right, I've really, it seems to be a bit of a glitch going on there, don't know. I mean, graphics are quite nice, it's a bit dull. Oh, it's dark, you notice that, it's got dark. But really, oops, my sanity has just gone right down when I approached the dog. Really no idea what I'm trying to do here, never heard of the game. Yeah, anyway, that is called That's a Spirit, and that is on the ZX Spectrum. Right, this is Warlock. Now, I think this was on the Spectrum, Amstrad, and in fact it wasn't on the, I was going to say C64, it most definitely wasn't, because the Commodore 64 cannot do a game like this. Well, it maybe can, but it certainly couldn't do this one. So you're playing the part of, what I can only guess, a Warlock, and you can see there it's all isometric. As much as Night Lore was a really nice looking game, there was just, these games were just 10 a plenty in the Spectrum, and unfortunately good graphics do not maketh a game, as we all know. You got to avoid the large, is it eyeballs or the snooker balls? Bowling balls? Oranges possibly, albeit yellow. Now again, I couldn't actually get the joystick working in this, so I was trying to use keys, and I was kind of struggling a wee bit. And it looks like you can, oops, there you go, you can fire some sort of fireball thing. Yeah, there was all these games that they jumped on the sort of the 3D bandwagon, and you know, it doesn't, just because a game looks nice doesn't necessarily mean that the game's actually going to, you know, be a good game. This may well be a good game, I don't know, but I couldn't be arsed learning how to play it. I'm kind of going in circles a wee bit now. Can I go that way? Nah, dead end, and it looks like you can only go through the doors. Ooh, can't even see where I'm supposed to be. Looks like another dead end. Aye, anyway, listen, that is enough of that one. That is Warlock, and that was on the Spectrum. Let's batter on and look at the very last game. Right, to finish things off, The Edge presents Wizardry, released in 1985, and this is on the Commodore 64. Now, I always remember, I never actually had this game, I always remember thinking it looked uber impressive, looked really nice. I mean, this was the Commodore 64 sort of version of 3D games. You can see slightly blockier graphics, but quite nice, super smooth scrolling. Door, yep. Kinda reminds me a wee bit like Staff of Karnath, although that wasn't. That was kind of strictly two-dimensional. This one is sort of like forced 3D or isometric, I think they call it. Nice graphics, but I couldn't figure out how to. You've got a menu there, find it, fireball, heal. I couldn't actually figure out how to change these, so I was just kind of wandering about aimlessly. But this is the very last game, guys, in this particular feature of the Edge software. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know it's probably not the most exciting software house, but I think it's nice to look at less well known ones as well. you know, besides the sort of more popular ones. But if there's a particular software house you want to see featured in this, please just comment and I shall certainly see what I can do. Yeah, as usual, thank you very much for supporting the channel, taking time to watch, leaving comments, and that just about wraps it up. Finally, thank you very much for watching.